Hi there. Welcome to Geometry. Let's get ready for the Unit 1 test. Which statement below best describes the figure below? Well, it's not regular because a regular polygon has all the same sides, the same length, and the same angles. We might have the same angles, but definitely not the same lengths. This one does not look the same length as that one, so it's not regular. How many sides are there? Let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. So heptagon is out. 8 sides is an octagon. So it's either C or D. Is it convex or concave? Well, concave, I usually try to remember that a concave polygon has like a cave in it. It's caved in right there. Well, this one is a convex polygon. Okay, let's look at this one. This one looks concave. It's caved in right here. So it's concave, so I'm going to cross off everything that says convex. And then, now, is it a concave hexagon or a concave pentagon? How many sides are on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides, that's a hexagon. What is the sum of the interior angles of the regular heptagon below? We've got a formula for this. N minus 2 times 180 degrees, where n is the number of sides. So a heptagon has 7 sides, so 7 minus 2 times 180, 5 times 180, and my calculator says that that is 900. So that's B. A regular polygon has exterior angles of 20 degrees. What is the sum of their interior angles? Well, here you need two formulas. The sum of the interior angles is n minus 2 times 180. But in order to find out how many sides it has, we need to use the exterior angle. Exterior angle measure is 360 divided by the number of sides. And in this case, they give us the exterior angle, which is 20 degrees. So 20 equals 360 over n. If I multiply both sides by n, I get 20n equals 360. And then I can just divide both sides by 20 to get n equals 18. Now I can plug the 18 in here. 18 minus 2 times 180. So 16 times 180. 16 times 180 is 2,880. So that is C. And the rhombus below AB is 7x minus 1. And AC is 5x plus 3. What is the value of x? Well, a rhombus has 4 congruent sides. It's also a parallelogram. It's always a parallelogram. And it always has 4 congruent sides. If the sides are congruent, that means that 7x minus 1 has to equal 5x minus 3. Plus 3. And that's just an algebra equation I can solve now. Subtract 5x from both sides. And I got 2x minus 1 equals 3. Add 1 to both sides. 2x equals 4. Divide both sides by 2. And I get x equals 2. So that is D. The measure of angle A is 33 degrees. And what is the measure of angle D? Now this is a parallelogram. should say in the question. This is a parallelogram. So consecutive angles in a parallelogram are supplementary. So this is 180 minus 33. 147. Alright, again we got, if ABCD is a parallelogram, what is the value of x? The length of AD is 6x minus 5. And the length of BC is 3x plus 4. Well, one of the theorems about parallelograms is that opposite sides are congruent. So that means that 6x minus 5 has to equal 3x plus 4. I keep doing that. Alright, I got 6x is over here, 3x is over there. I'll take them off the side that has less or fewer x's. So 6x minus 3x is 3x. So on the left side of the equal sign we have 3x minus 5. And on the right side of the equal sign we just have 4. The opposite of subtracting 5 is adding 5. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides of the equal sign. And I get 3x equals 9. And I think you know what x is going to be now. X equals 3. If ABCD is a parallelogram, what is the value of x? Alright, don't make the mistake here of setting these two equal to each other. Here, these add up to 180 because they're consecutive angles. So that means 13x minus 8 plus 58 equals 180. So 13x plus 50 equals 180. I just combined like terms there. 58 minus 8 is 50. Subtract 50 from both sides. 13x equals 130. Hey, that's easy math. Divide both sides by 13, and we get x equals 10. In rectangle ABCD, if BC is 23, what is the length of segment DE? So if BC is 23, all the way across here is 23. And in a rectangle, all of these are congruent. They bisect each other, but they're also congruent. So half of 23 is going to be the length of each one of these. EC, ED, or DE. So basically it's just 23 divided by 2, which is 11.5. If the measure of angle ABE, so ABE is 28 degrees, what is the measure of BED? So what is the measure of this angle right there? Well, there's a couple ways we can figure that out. This one is also going to be 28 degrees. And the external angle is the sum of the two opposite angles. So 28 plus 28 is 56. Another way we could have figured that out is if this is a right angle, then angle EBD is going to be 72 degrees? No, 62 degrees. So that these two add up to 90. So that means this is also 62 degrees. And then the three angles in this triangle have to add up to 180. So 180 minus 2 times 62 would equal the measure of angle BED also. So 2 times 62 is 124. And then 180 minus 124 is 56. So either way you go, we're getting 56 degrees. In rhombus ABCD, if the measure of angle ABE is 40 degrees, what is the measure of CAB? So what is the measure of that big guy if ABE is 40? Well, I remember that the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular. So that's 90 degrees. So this angle EAB has to be 50. Alright, so what else do we know? We know, so here's two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So that means alternate interior angles are equal. This one also has to be 50. This one has to be 40. And then, let's see, what else do we know? Yeah, the diagonals of a rhombus bisect the vertex angles. So this is also 50. In order for this to be this diagonal to be bisecting the vertex angle here. So, what's the measure of CAB? 50 plus 50 is 100. If the measure of ABC is 3x plus 8, and the measure of CBD is 2x minus 5, what's the value of x? Well, these two angles are going to be congruent because the diagonal of a rhombus bisects the vertex angle. So 3x plus 8 equals 2x minus 5. Subtract 2x from each side of the equal sign. And I get x plus 8 equals negative 5. And I subtract 8 from each side, and I get x equals negative 13. A. BACD is an isosceles trapezoid. That means that these two legs are congruent. Means these two bases are parallel. If the measure of CAB is 112 degrees, what is the measure of ACD? Well, this takes us back to two parallel lines cut by a transversal. Consecutive angles are supplementary. So they have to add up to 180 degrees. So I take 180 minus 112, and that is 68. If AC is 4x minus 3, and BD is 2x plus 11, what is the value of x? Well, the legs of an isosceles trapezoid are congruent, so these have to equal each other. 4x minus 3 equals 2x plus 11. Subtract 2x from each side of the equal sign, and I get 2x minus 3 equals 11. Add 3, and 2x equals 14. Divide by 2. X equals 7. Another isosceles trapezoid. So AD is 5x minus 2, and BC is 28. The diagonals are congruent to one another. So AD is going to be the same length as BC. So that means that 5x minus 2 equals 28. Add 2 to both sides, and you get 5x equals 30. Divide both sides by 5, and x equals 6. So 15 is B. If EF is the median of this trapezoid, and AB equals 9, and EF equals 12, then what is the length of CD? Well, the median is the average of the two bases. So CD plus 9 divided by 2 equals the median, which is 12. So I'll divide both sides by 2 to cancel here. And I get CD plus 9. The length of CD plus 9 equals 24. So I just subtract 9 from each side. And then I get the length of CD is 15. So that's B. If AD equals 6 and AB equals 13, what is the perimeter of the rectangle? Well, opposite sides are congruent, so I just need to add all these up. So 13 plus 13 is 26. 6 plus 6 is 12. When I add those up, I get 38. So 17 is B. If AD equals 6 and AB equals 13, what is the area? Well, area is length times width. So 13 times 6 is 78. So 18 is D. If AD is 25 and AB is 18, and the point A is 15 units high, what is the area of the parallelogram? Well, in this case, you need to know that it's the base times the height, the vertical height. So the 18 here has no bearing on the area. It would have bearing on the perimeter, but we're asking about the area here. So length times, or base times the height. The height has to be perpendicular to the base that you're using for the measurement. So this is 25 times 15, and 25 times 15 is 375. So number 19 is C. If EF is 8, HG is 13, and the altitude from point E is 4 units high, what is the area of this trapezoid? Well, the area of a trapezoid is the average of the bases, which is the median, times the height. So median times the height. The median is going to be 13 plus 8 over 2 times the height, which is 4. So this is 13 plus 8 times 4 divided by 2. 13 plus 8 is 21 times 4 is 84 divided by 2 is 42. So B, number 20, is 42. If EG is 17, and HF is 23, what is the area of the rhombus? So the area of a rhombus is 1/2 the product of the diagonal. Diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. So that's 1/2 of 23 times 17. So 23 times 17 is 391. Divide that by 2, and you get 195.5. 21 is B. What is the perimeter of this figure? Perimeter, if there's not if it's not a standard shape that we know a formula for, perimeter is always found by just adding up the lengths of the sides. So we need to add these up. So 31 plus 6 is 37, plus 8 is 45, plus another 8 is 53, plus 16 is 69, plus 6 is 75, plus 7 is 82, plus 8 is 90. So the answer here is 90. What is the area of the regular polygon below? The length of the apothem is 3 centimeters, and the side length is 5. If you recall the formula for the area of a regular pentagon, or a regular polygon, it is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. So we got 1/2 times the apothem, which is 3, times the perimeter, which there's 5 sides, times each one is 5 centimeters long, so that's 25 centimeters. This was 3 centimeters, 25 centimeters. So 1/2 times 3 centimeters times 25 centimeters is 3 times 25 is 75, divided by 2, 37.5 centimeters times centimeters is centimeters squared. So let's see. What is the area of the regular polygon below? The length of the apothem is 9, and the side length is 7. So same formula. Area is 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. So 1/2 times 9, and then the perimeter is 7 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 times 8. Alright, so 9 times 7 times 8 is 504, divided by 2 is 252. So the answer is B. That was the practice test. I hope you had fun. See you later.